let's play out exactly where Mike Pompeo is now heading. He's just ended his meeting with NSA Ajit Doval, and there you can see Subramaniam Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, waiting to receive Mike Pompeo, the US Secretary of State. This will be a working lunch that has been planned to take place between Mike Pompeo and Subramaniam Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister. Those live pictures coming in as they shake hands, and thereafter move for the informal talks and the meetings that are also to be taken up between the two leaders. Abhishek Kapoor is with us, our executive editor. Abhishek, meeting done with the Prime Minister, meeting done with NSA Ajit Doval, now heading for a meeting, rather a working lunch with Subramaniam Jaishankar. What's to be expected?
This is the brass tacks, in the sense that these are the detailed discussions that are going to take place between both the sides, between External Affairs Minister Jaishankar and Secretary Pompeo. And you can expect that the whole gamut of issues that are both positive and negative for the bilateral relationship would be on the table and discussed. On the positive side, increase in India's defense purchases from the United States, increase in India's oil purchases from the United States, increase and decrease in trade surplus that India has with the United States, which favors the U.S. and increasing cooperation on the strategic side, be it the South China Sea or the Middle East or Afghanistan, Pakistan, or as AFPAC, as the United States says. And terror, you can expect that there would be threadbare discussions on that. Then there are ticklish issues, or like on the Indian side, the H-1B visa issue. On the side of Americans, the issue of India's policy on multi-brand retail and e-commerce, and the tariff position that America has some issues with, essentially trade. So you can expect that by the time that these talks and working lunch between the two leaders are over, there would be some kind of modus vivendi found between the two sides on not letting the difficulties really guide or set the agenda of the bilateral relationship. Remember, from the Obama administration times, Amita, India has been seen by the Washington D.C. establishment as the pivot to Asia and kind of a counterweight to China and China's rise. Whether that policy continues, irrespective of that, India has to engage with the United States so that we continue to develop and prosper. At the same time, have the United States on our side. So all those things are important. This is the first high-level discussion that is taking place between the two sides after Prime Minister Modi came back to power in May. And as I said, both the positives of the relationship and how to deepen and broaden the positives of the relationship, at the same time limit whatever consequences are there of the negatives. That is something which would be discussed between the two sides. What is important is, Amita, and that needs emphasizing, in S. Jaishankar, the new External Affairs Minister of India, we have a technocrat, so to say, on this front. He's a diplomat, a career diplomat who's now become a minister. He's seen as someone who is a U.S. hand. He has been India's ambassador to the United States. At the same time, a China hand. He has been India's ambassador to China. So that expertise that the External Affairs Minister brings to the job is going to get reflected in the manner in which these talks take place. And of course, the joint statement would be a reflection of the progress made or the understandings reached in these talks in a while from now.
All right, we'll keep an eye out on how you have the day really progressing for the U.S. Secretary of State and the working lunch being hosted by Subramaniam Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister. Abhishek, for the moment, thank you. We head into a short break now, viewers. Coming up on the other side, several big stories that we are tracking. First,